Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Atama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamalini Nama Pankajanatraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 31, entitled The Gopis' Songs of Separation. Continuing on with our topic, the Nectarian Mellows of Sri Gopi Gita, text 10. Prahasitam priya prema vikshanam viharanam chate dhyanamangalam rahasi samvida yaradi sprisha kuhakano mana kshabhayanti. Translation. Your smiles, your sweet, loving glances, the intimate pastimes and confidential talks we enjoyed with you, all these are auspicious to meditate upon, and they touch our hearts. But at the same time, O deceiver, they very much agitate our minds. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine. Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarine. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So till now we had covered till text 9, which ended in the most famous verse of the Gopi Gita, which is Tavakathamritam. From today we start on with text 10. And from text 10 to text 19, these are a little more esoteric. These verses are a little more, very, very deep, very, very deep, very esoteric. and therefore, it's definitely for me personally, it's impossible to comprehend. But by the mercy of our Guru Vargas, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, all our acharyas, I will try to repeat what I have heard, and hopefully all of us can benefit, and it can give us a beautiful meditation for our lifetime. So this text 10, the gopis are continuing their complaint to Krishna, and they are calling Krishna cheater, kuhaka. Kuhaka, they are addressing Krishna as kuhaka. And by saying this, they are very much, showing in the mood that they are not really concerned that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He may be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but it is beyond any concern for the gopis whatsoever. Their love for Krishna is so much on the peak. It's so much without any comparison. It is at the level of Kevala Bhakti, as is described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu while he is giving his instructions to Srila Rupa Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu describes this as the highest form of love for Krishna. This is Kevala Bhakti, and only the gopis of Braj can actually have this unmotivated, unalloyed, uninterrupted love for Krishna, without any kind of selfishness attached to it. The only selfishness that is attached to it is that Krishna should be happy. And in that process, they also want to be happy. While being, trying to make everything very good for Krishna, they also want that Krishna does everything good for them. So that's the reciprocation that the gopis are looking for. So this text 10, the gopis, very, very beautifully, they are saying to Krishna that what is our means of survival, Krishna? When you go away from our eyes, from our vision, what is the way that we actually survive? They say that we survive because we keep meditating upon the beautiful leelas that you have done with us. That is our source of survival. That is our means of survival. That these auspicious leelas that you have performed with us, when we meditate upon them, they literally touch our hearts and give life to us. So what are those sweet pastimes and intimate pastimes and confidential pastimes that the gopis are talking about? They're talking about his smiles, your prahasitas, your smiles, your priya prema vikshanam, your sweet loving glances, Krishna, the intimate pastimes and confidential talks we enjoy with you. All of this combined is our means of survival when you are not there with us. So the gopis are remembering some of the most confidential pastimes that Krishna performs with them. One of the very sweet pastimes that Krishna performs with the gopis is when during the Madhyana Leela, during the afternoon pastimes, it is said that Krishna's daily activities is categorized into Ashtakala Leela, to the eight different categories during the day. And the afternoon time, when Krishna actually is supposed to be with the cowherd boys, Krishna leaves for the forest in the morning with the cowherd boys, with the cows. He leaves the forest towards the forest of Vrindavan. He goes, and around 10:30, 11 o'clock, Krishna, informing Balaram and informing the other sakhas, Krishna sneaks away, and he goes to be with the gopis and Srimati Radharani. They have a designated spot, and mostly because Krishna loves to graze his cows at Govardhan, at Sri Giriraj. So during the Madhyana Leela, most of the time, the divine couple, Sri Radha Shama Sundara, along with the celebrated gopis, they most of the time meet at Sri Radha Kund. And they enjoy beautiful water pastimes. And, Vrinda Devi, she arranges, the beauty of Radha Kund is so amazingly described. It is said that the banks of Sri Radha Kund is filled with forest groves of each of the Sakhis. Each of the Sakhis have a celebrated kunja. Kunja means a forest grove, where Sri Radha Krishna choose to come every single day. They choose one gopi every single day, where they go to one gopi's kunja every single day. And that day, when the gopis know that Radha and Krishna are going to come to my kunja, they decorate it so beautifully. Each of the, even the outfits for Radha and Shama Sundara are decided by the gopis. And it is matching with the kunja of the particular gopi. Like, say, for example, Lalita Sakhi is said to be wearing dark, very, very dark colored outfits. She loves to wear dark color outfits. And when Sri Radha and Krishna, when they go to her kunja, they actually also wear very dark outfits that Sri Lalita Sakhi has made for them. And the kunja is decorated so beautifully with a swing, with, beautiful, canopies, with beautiful forest flowers. Everything is so gorgeous in that particular kunja. In the middle of Sri Radha Kund is the most glorious kunja of one of a very, very special Sakhi, rather a Manjari. You see, Balaram, he cannot participate in the Madhurya Leela directly as Balaram, because Srimati Radharani gets very shy in front of Lord Balaram. So in order to avoid the awkwardness amongst the gopis and Srimati Radharani, Lord Balaram never comes in front of Srimati Radharani when she is with Krishna. It is explained that on Giriraj Govardhan, when Krishna walks, Krishna leaves, black footmarks, footprints on Giriraj. It is black color. Black color, like all the stones of Giriraj are turned black. And till today, there are many stones who, Brajbasis have this, that where Krishna stepped on the Giriraj Shila, those stones are black, and till today, if you just put a little water on them, they give out a black color dye. So these are very miraculous, magical things, but it is true. Wherever Krishna placed his lotus feet on Sri Giriraj Shila, those stones, those shilas turned black. And wherever Srimati Radharani, she placed her lotus feet, those shilas turned red. And they are supposed to be giving out kumkum or sindoor. And wherever Sri Balaram, wherever he goes, he turns the Giriraj Shilas into pure white crystals. They become white. So, like this, when Srimati Radharani, when they are looking, Srimati Radharani and the gopis, say, for example, if they're looking for Krishna, they actually search for Krishna by following these footprints left over by Krishna. And if Srimati Radharani sees that next to the black footprints, if there's a pair of white footprints, Srimati Radharani knows that this is Balaram's lotus footprint, so she does not go there, does not go on that side. Because she knows that Krishna is with Balaram and she doesn't want to be awkward in front of Lord Balaram. Similarly, if Lord Balaram is walking and suddenly if he sees there is a pair of red footprints on Sri Giriraj, then Lord Balaram does not go that side, because he knows that Srimati Radharani is there and she is with Krishna, and therefore I should not go. So this is the understanding that Lord Balaram, Srimati Radharani have amongst themselves. But Lord Balaram is said to be expert in serving Krishna in all the rasas. Therefore, even in Madhurya Ras, it is said that Lord Balaram actually manifests as the beautiful Manjari, who is known as Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari is none other than the celebrated sister of Srimati Radharani. And she is extremely beautiful. Extremely, she is completely white. Her complexion is like crystal. And she wears blue garments. That's the only kind of garments that she wears. She is crystal in color, and she wears blue garments. She wears blue sapphire jewelry on herself. And she's a Manjari. She's a young girl. So it is said that when Sri Radha and Krishna, when they enjoy intimate pastimes, that the gopis, like Lalita, Vishakha, Rangadevi, Sudevi, all of them have to actually leave, because Srimati Radharani is very shy in front of her own dear friends who are of the same age as her. Vishakha appeared on the same day as Srimati Radharani. Lalita is a little elder to Srimati Radharani. And the other Sakhis, they are like a month apart, a couple of months apart from Srimati Radharani. So therefore, Srimati Radharani, she feels very embarrassed if she is alone with Krishna, and if her friends are there with, her while she is intimate with Krishna. But therefore, the gopis arrange for these young manjaris, these less than 11-year-olds. 11-year-old girls are actually put inside these kunjas when Sri Radha and Krishna are most intimate. So that, these manjaris, they can come, they can separate when Srimati Radharani's hair gets entwined with Krishna's, they come and just separate the hair. When Srimati Radharani's bracelets get entangled on Krishna's, garments, then they come and help in, disentangling those jewelry from Srimati Radharani's body. Like this, they come and offer refreshments to the divine couple while they are in their most intimate pastimes. So the manjaris are very, very, very special. And the leader of the manjaris is Rupa Manjari. And we know that is none other than Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is actually none other than Rupa Manjari, who is the leader of the manjaris. And Ananga Manjari is the one who actually is Lord Balaram, and Ananga Manjari is like the super leader of even all the manjaris. She is the one who leads the folk of all the manjaris. So Rupa Goswami, or as Rupa Manjari, she works directly under the instructions of Ananga Manjari. So Ananga Manjari's kunja, it is explained that Ananga Manjari's kunja is actually in the middle. It's right in the center of Sri Radha Kunda. At the center, as I explained, that around the sides of Radha Kunda are the forest groves or kunjas of the gopis, of all the Ashtasakhis. But at the center of Sri Radha Kund actually is the most beautiful forest grove kunja of Ananga Manjari. And Ananga Manjari's kunja is connected with a bridge. It goes from one place, one kunda, to the next. What's the next kunda? It is Shama Kunda. So Shama Kunda and Radha Kund are actually connected by an overlay bridge. And so Ananga Manjari's kunja is also there in Shama Kund, in the center of Shama Kund. So these two kunjas in the center of Shama Kund and Radha Kund are connected by a crystal bridge. So Sri Radha and Krishna, sometimes they choose to enjoy at Ananga Manjari's Kunja, which is in Radha Kund, and sometimes at Shama Kund, like this. And they just walk across through this crystal bridge. And Ananga Manjari's Kunja is described that, it is made of pure crystals. It's white in color. And there are just, the creepers there are so beautiful. The flowers there are just blue color. Blue color, flowers bloom in Ananga Manjari's Kunja. And therefore, because it is white and just blue color forest flowers that bloom in her kunja, it is actually invisible to the, whenever the divine couple choose it to be. Of course, it is invisible to our eyes. We cannot see. It is explained in the Radha Kund Mahima Madhuri that these celebrated kunjas around Radha Kund, Ananga Manjari's kunja, and around Shama Kund are the kunjas of the cowherd boys, the 8 celebrated cowherd boys of Krishna. So all of these, they are actually existing even till today, but only with transcendental vision. Only when our eyes are anointed with the salve of love, Premanjana Shurita, Bhakti Vilochanena. Only when our eyes are anointed with the love, the salve of love for Shri Radha and Krishna, only then is this vision manifested in front of our eyes. Otherwise, it's impossible to see. We cannot see. So it is only by the mercy of our Guru Vargas, the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, that by sincerely following the process that is recommended, that is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we chant sincerely and hear every syllable of the Mahamantra very, very attentively, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we hear these Mahamantra very, very, very attentively, at that time, all of these, most confidential pastimes are automatically revealed in our heart. We don't have to struggle for it separately. We don't have to aspire to go for it separately. And our acharyas have shown by their personal example that it is possible. It is definitely possible. Srila Rupa Goswami, he used to envision the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. He used to envision them while he would chant japa. So when our naam is shuddha, when our naam, the chanting of the holy names, when that comes to a pure level, then the holy name will reveal the rupa, guna, and the lila of the Supreme Lord. That will automatically manifest. We don't have to struggle separately for those leelas to manifest in front of us. So simply by sticking to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra sincerely, every single time when we chant the holy names, every single moment of our lives, when we are not just when we are chanting our designated 16 rounds, but our practice should be, we should be able to chant in our mind 24 hours of the day without any cessation. That is the perfectional stage, that we cannot, stop our chanting. That is how, we can really attract the mercy of Krishna. And at that stage, it is absolutely possible for us to envision the Leela of the Supreme Lord will actually manifest. And we will be able to see. So like this, when the divine couple, Shri Radha and Shama Sundara, when they come to, Sri Radha Kund during the Madhyana Leela, they at first, Krishna is actually greeted by the Sakhis, by Srimati Radharani in one of the forest groves, in one of the kunjas of the Sakhis, or Ananga Manjari's kunja. And as soon as Krishna comes, the first thing that they offer is an array of beautiful nectarian drinks. And there's plenty of choice for Krishna. And each of those drinks are made very, very, very uniquely by Srimati Radharani herself. If Krishna is feeling a little cold, there's a separate drink for that. If Krishna is feeling very parched, very, very thirsty, and if that day it's a little bit hot, there's a different drink for that day. Like this, to suit with Krishna's mood and to suit with the weather that is going on, because the weather in the spiritual world in Goloka Vrindavan is subservient to Krishna. So when Krishna wants to enjoy a cold, weather with ice and snow, there is snow. It just manifests. When Krishna wants to enjoy nice Vasanta Ritu, very, very beautiful, pleasant weather, that weather just manifests. It is all manifesting by the desire of Krishna. If Krishna feels, no, the sun is too much right now, I want it to be covered, the sun just immediately covers itself. So it is not that, our sun is present there in Goloka Vrindavan, but it is illuminated. The planet is illuminated by the effulgence of Krishna, and that effulgence can be controlled by Krishna himself. It can be controlled to get brighter, or it can be controlled to get more soothing, whatever Krishna desires. So like this, Krishna is served an array of drinks, and Krishna chooses, and he takes sips of these different refreshments that is offered to him. And then Srimati Radharani has already made arrangements with the help of her Sakhis that they actually take out the best of fruits. Mangoes are so juicy, they are so succulent that they just melt in the mouth. It is said that Srimati Radharani takes great attention, she pays great attention to serve one particular fruit to Krishna, and that is the palm fruit. The palm fruit is said to be, it's difficult to actually carve it out because it is in this very hard shell like a coconut, but the inside of the palm fruit is very, very soft. So it has to be handled with great tenderness. And Srimati Radharani is expert in peeling out the palm and to take out that tender fruit, and it is served on a lotus leaf. And just by seeing the way it is served, Krishna is so pleased by that intricacy. And that palm fruit, those of us who know about it, we can understand that it is very, very tender. And Srimati Radharani, she just doesn't serve the fruit as it is. She actually makes designs of that palm fruit. She carves the palm fruit sometimes as a lotus, sometimes in the shape of a conch, sometimes in the shape of, different kinds of shapes she gives, so that it's not just, in that oval or like a kidney bean kind of a shape that it normally has, the palm fruit. So Srimati Radharani takes such intricate, she pays so much of attention to the details of how each and every item is served to Krishna. She personally carves the palm fruit, like a conch, like a lotus flower, sometimes in the shape of a Sudarshan chakra. All of these shapes are served in different manner on, this lotus leaf, and it is presented in front of Krishna. And Krishna just enjoys, it is explained that he is just nurtured. His stomach is completely satisfied. He feels no pangs of hunger as soon as he sees the beautiful arrangement that Srimati Radharani and the Sakhis have put for him. Just by, looking and glancing upon the arrangement, Krishna feels completely satisfied. And then Srimati Radharani and the gopis, in turn, they actually come and start feeding Krishna these different fruits. And when they feed him, Krishna is very satisfied, and then he again takes some more refreshing drinks. And after that, Krishna is, sometimes he enjoys on the swing that has been made by the Sakhis and Vrinda Devi. And right after the swing pastime, when they are in the swing pastime, it is explained that Krishna tastes some sweets that are made by the Mishta Hasta, Mishtahasta is one of the gopis whom Krishna himself, Shamasundara himself, has named as Mishtahasta because she is a genius in making sweets for Sri Radha and Krishna. So Radha and Krishna have given this Sakhi the name Mishtahasta. Hasta means hands, Mishta means sweet. The one with sweet hands is none other than Sri Champakalata Sakhi. So Champakalata Devi, she makes these amazing, amazing sweets for Krishna and Radharani that they just melt in their mouth. And when the divine couple are in their swing, they actually enjoy these beautiful sweets, very, very tasty and delicate sweets that have been made by Mishtahasta Champakalata Devi. And when they enjoy that, right after taking some sweets made by Champakalata Devi while on their swing, Sri Krishna, he actually orders for some tambula. And Sudevi Sakhi, she gives the tambula to Krishna. And as soon as Krishna takes the tambula, his already reddish mouth becomes more red by the flavor and the fragrance and the color that the tambula emanates. And then that bitten tambula, Krishna drops in the hand of Sudevi Sakhi, the chewed tambula. He drops it in the hand of Sudevi Sakhi. And Sudevi Sakhi then offers it to Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani takes it, and then she bites on it and she chews on it and makes her mouth more and more reddish, and then she offers it back to Sudevi Sakhi. And then all of them, all the Sakhis, headed by Vrinda Devi, headed by all the Manjaris, Sudevi Sakhi very, very carefully distributes the Maha Prasad of the divine couple to everybody. So right after this tambula exchange, the divine couple, along with all the Sakhis, they actually dive into Sri Radha Kund for some water pastimes. And when they go into the water pastimes, Krishna, he is, very, very happy. He is very happy because he is with the Sakhis. He is with his most beloved Srimati Radharani. And it seems as if this particular kala or this particular prahara, this particular moment is like the peak of Krishna's day. It is explained when Krishna is with the gopis during the Madhyana Leela. And Krishna, he is so happy when Srimati Radharani is actually, as soon as Srimati Radharani enters the water of Radha Kunda's water gets life. It is said that the waters of Radha Kunda become lively as soon as Srimati Radharani puts her lotus feet into the waters of Radha Kund. And the waters actually start, showing their ecstasy. So there is waves, just like how in the ocean there is so much of wave. So in the Radha Kund, because of the ecstasy that Radha Kund is feeling, the waters of Radha Kund is feeling, there is beautiful, huge waves that is created in the waters of Radha Kund. And at that time, Sri Krishna, he just stands at a distance in the water of Radha Kund and he witnesses how Srimati Radharani is actually very lovingly bathed by the Sakhis. They all take waters in the waters of Radha Kund in their hand, collect it in both their palms, and they raise it to Srimati Radharani's head and they just pour it down from her head. And it is said that all her kumkuma, all of her chandan that is there on her body, on her lotus face, is all slowly washed down, and Krishna just enjoys the beauty of Srimati Radharani's moon-like face. It is so enchanting. Krishna is completely just like, Krishna's eyes is just becomes like bumblebees who is just fixed on this lotus-like face of Srimati Radharani. So Krishna is stunned to see this beauty of Srimati Radharani and he just smiles. So this smile is prahasita. He smiles when his teeth is also shown. That is prahasita. So this smile is what is described by the gopis here. They start with this prahasita. Smita is a smile of Krishna where his teeth is not shown. It's a very grave smile. It's just, the stretching of the lips without the teeth being shown. Prahasita is where little bit of the teeth is shown. And hasya is when not just the teeth, but even his tongue is shown and the mouth is wide open and Krishna is laughing loudly. That is called hasya. So this one is prahasita, it's a very gentle smile that Krishna is so pleased that the gopis and Srimati Radharani have such a beautiful, loving reciprocation that is going on, that the gopis' only interest is to see how Srimati Radharani will be pleased. And that's not the end of it. Srimati Radharani, then she puts her hands together, collects the waters of Radha Kund and pours it on each and every individual Sakhi. Just see the beautiful reciprocation of Srimati Radharani and the gopis is so amazing. So Krishna, seeing this beautiful reciprocation amongst the gopis and Srimati Radharani, he has prahasita. He smiles. So similarly, when we as devotees, as practicing devotees, when we also have loving relationships amongst each other, when we can truly respect and love each other from our hearts, that is what can bring a smile on Krishna's lotus moon-like face. So if we want Krishna to smile upon us, we must be having relationships amongst devotees with the basis of love, trust, and respect. When we do that, that will put a smile on Krishna's lotus face. So the gopis were very, very successful that they were able to make Krishna smile. And when Krishna smiled, he actually then just charged towards Radharani. He just couldn't control himself anymore to stay out. He was witnessing from a distance, but now he just had to get into it. And then he also came and he just started pouring waters on the gopis, on Srimati Radharani, and everyone started pouring water on Krishna, and they were all just, having these loving exchanges that was going on. And Srimati Radharani, she was, it is said that whenever Srimati Radharani directly looks at Krishna, Krishna would freeze. Say for example, if Krishna has raised his hands with waters of Radha Kund in his hand, ready to pour it on her, if Radharani just looks up and looks in the eye of Krishna, Krishna would just freeze. He would not be able to pour that water, and the gopis would take advantage of that, and they would just put Krishna down. They would dunk him down in the waters of Radha Kund. Like this, they would do this exchange, and as soon as Krishna would come up, gasping for air, Krishna would say, "Hey, you gopis, you are always taking shelter of Radharani and always cheating me like this. Radhe, you cannot cheat me like this. Don't look at me directly because I freeze." So Radharani gets very shy again, and she again looks down. So like this, these intimate, and confidential talks that is talked about here by the gopis, these are the kind of talks that the gopis are remembering. Such sweet talks Krishna would give when, he would, enjoy these intimate pastimes with the gopis and Srimati Radharani. And then after that, the Sakhis, they would actually, Radha Kund would actually start gathering up all the lotuses that would come in Radha Kund. The lotuses would automatically come towards Radha and Krishna. And the water pastime would actually culminate by a lotus battle. There would be a lotus battle amongst Shri Radha and Krishna. So the lotus flowers would be all collected by the gopis. They were very expert in doing that. They would collect all the lotuses and then they would start just raining showers of lotuses on Krishna. And Krishna would, and when the lotuses would come, they would not just come alone, but they would come with a rain of shower of the waters of Radha Kund, and they would just completely drench Krishna again. And Krishna would then collect all the lotuses, and then he would start throwing it on the gopis and on Srimati Radharani. So like this, the lotuses would go crazy, that what's happening? One time we are in the hand of Radharani, one time we are in the lotus hands of Krishna, and by the touch of the divine couple and the gopis, the lotuses would become more and more and more fragrant, and the bumblebees would just go crazy. They would not know where to go, because the fragrance of the lotus was so much. Just by the touch of the divine couple, the lotus's fragrance would just increase so much, and it would completely intoxicate the bumblebees. And the bumblebees would get so confused that they would say, okay, now where are the lotuses? They would get confused, because the lotuses are in the air, they're going from one side to the other. There are some sakhis with Krishna, some sakhis with Srimati Radharani, and they would just be playing with these lotuses like a ball. And the bumblebees would stand in the middle, in the center, and they would think, where are the lotuses right now? They would go for, their heads would keep turning this side to that side, and they would be so confused with the intoxicating smell from the lotuses. They would not know where to go to get this fragrance and to suck the nectar from the lotuses. They would get so confused by their intoxication. And in that intoxicated state, the innocent bumblebees, they would actually come running to the lotus face of Srimati Radharani. Because Srimati Radharani's lotus face, by her laughter, by all the she's so shy, she would actually turn pink. Srimati Radharani would become pink in color. And, Srimati Radharani's lotus face would exactly resemble like that of a lotus, and that would confuse the bumblebees. The bumblebees would just fly towards the lotus face of Srimati Radharani, and they are trying to just suck the nectar from the lotus-like face of Srimati Radharani. As Radharani, seeing those bumblebees come to her, she gets very, very scared. And then she immediately runs in the waters of Radha Kund. She runs towards Krishna, and she just buries her face in the chest of Krishna. She just puts her lotus hands on top of her face, and she just buries her face in the chest of Krishna. And Krishna, he wraps his, lotus stem-like beautiful creepers-like arms around Srimati Radharani and protects her from the invading bumblebees. So this very, very, very beautiful pastime is what the gopis are remembering. That how much, Krishna, we enjoyed with you. Where is that time? How can we, these pastimes, they are the ones that literally sustain us, Krishna, when you are not physically present with us. But they are the ones that are making us sustain. They are the ones that are allowing us to breathe, when we remember these pastimes. But, Krishna, you are such a deceiver, Krishna. You are Kuhaka. You are a deceiver. That because now you are not even coming, we are begging you to come in front of us, but still you are not coming. And you are very much disturbing and agitating our minds, Krishna. Stop being a cheater. Please, please manifest in front of us so that we can continue on with our pastimes. So I will end here. If there's any questions, comments, or reflections, we can take that now. Shri Shri Gopi Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I have a small question. Basically, please accept my humble obeisances. Please forgive my ignorance on this one. What is exactly meant by Kunj? I was thinking it's some jungle kind of thing, one meaning. So you were mentioning about Radha's Kunj. Could you be, and it's in the middle of the Radha Kund. I'm not, could you explain that, please, Hare Krishna?
Yes, thank you. Kunja it's translated as a forest grove. Grove means that, when there is a little, like a gazebo, like a little gazebo, which is made in the forest. It's like in the middle of the forest, or in the middle of in this case, Radha Kund, or on the sides of Radha Kund, when, using natural ingredients, when a forest grove is made. A grove means like a gazebo, you can say. So, in our modern context, I can say that it's like a gazebo, but that gazebo is just decorated with forest vines, it's decorated with creepers, it's decorated with forest flowers, there's a swing inside, which is, where Radha and Krishna come to enjoy pastimes. So, in the middle of Radha Kunda, there is this kunja of Ananga Manjari in the middle, which is like the grove, like a gazebo in the center of Radha Kund. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Now I got the idea. But it's not there now, right, Mataji?
As I explained, it is there till today, and fortunate souls who are blessed with, eyes that are made with love, they can see, because it is said that these leelas are going on nitya. They are eternal pastimes. And it is mentioned in Radha Kund Mahima Madhuri. It is explained that these forest kunjas, these forest groves are there till today. And Radha and Krishna come and enjoy in these, places. And with those who are having the spiritual vision, they can actually see it happening.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so much of information. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Just following up on your last answer. So I think you said that the Radha Kunj is in the middle of Radha Kund?
Ananga Manjari's Kunja in the middle of Radha Kunda.
So does that mean that it's something like, I don't know, like a little island or a moat?
Yes.
Oh.
Little island.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. And we say that it's Ananga Manjari's Kunja because, why? Because she was responsible for, putting it together, or what?
Yes. Oh. She's the one who made it. She's the one who is responsible for it. It is hers. And she's made it for the divine couple.
Is her kunj the only thing that's there in the middle of the kunj, or are there other, like, little islands too, other kunjas?
No, it's her kunja only in the middle.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.